Hey, it's Birdman for Birdman on the Mountain. Here we are. Time for another community shout. Hanging out here at Birdman Media Studios. And welcome to all the viewers out there on Angelo TV, WMI-TV, the Birdman Media Network, and the podcast listeners as well. Thanks to all you've been commenting. And coming up from the Valley, appreciate those comments over the weekend. You can check in on Instagram and Facebook as well. So we do that a lot. I'm going to start things off this morning with Lynn Krigbaum. How are you?
Well, hi, Birdman. It's always so good to see you.
She, of course, is a town council member of Pinetop-Lakeside, which is really kind of a cool change. Nice to see you get elected in there.
Well, it's a wonderful opportunity. I've maybe a little too old to be doing this, but I sure feel like I can still add a lot to the community, and I want to do that.
Well, wisdom comes from time, doesn't it?
I have a lot of experience.
Good.
So that's a good thing.
So we can chat with us about today.
Okay. Today I have the Walk for the Woods is coming up this Saturday.
This Saturday.
And
nice.
Yes, this very soon Saturday. So at 7:30 we will have registration at the Nature Center on Woodland Road in Lakeside. So when you go on 260 White Mountain Boulevard, the light that is at the movie theater is where you turn on Woodland Road to go down to the Nature Center. I hope everybody knows where the Nature
Center
by
now
is
they've
by
kind
now.
of got
But
it. Yeah,
anyway, so starting at 7:30, we will have registration. People who have already registered can come at 7:30 or by 7:45, I would say, so we can get them checked in for the things that start at 8 o'clock, because this Saturday is going to be really nice. The weather looks like a beautiful day, and so it's also going to be pretty warm. So I think the early start will be good, especially for the 5-mile hikers. Awesome. And they're the ones that start pretty early, and also the bike riders. So I have the times, and so the bikers and the bird watchers are going to start at 8 o'clock. And then the 5-mile hikers start at 8:15. The 5K walkers, that's 3 miles, start at 8:30. And the nature walkers start at 8:45. Now, the purpose of having all of those different times is because we don't want everybody to be on the Nature Center trails at the same time, especially the bikers and the hikers. So they'll go off, and they'll all come back to the Nature Center by about 10 o'clock. And at 10 o'clock, Fat Chance will start to play, and so that'll be a fun thing. I have invited all of the sponsors, and we have a bunch of sponsors, wonderful sponsors this year, 30 of them.
You're going to show off your shirt. Here comes the shirt. Here it is.
We are.
A little bit further, and right there. Look at that. There you go.
Okay.
Awesome.
So all of those wonderful sponsors. This is last year's shirt, not. Well, I'm actually going to get them tomorrow. So I'm sorry I didn't have one to wear today.
We'll do this. Take a picture, send it over to me. We can always post it up.
Okay. Well, that
a good way
sounds like a great idea. And that way we'll have the sponsors who are this year's wonderful batch of people. And so those sponsors that want to share information with the people who have just completed the 10-mile bike ride or the 5-mile hike or the 3-mile down into Walnut Canyon, which should be really beautiful this week, or the nature walkers or the bird walkers. They're looking at our Nest Box Trail, and we have Dave Cagle is doing the birding walk for the first time this year. He's with Game and Fish, and so that should be really an interesting addition. And so when they all come back, we also have door prizes. Usually a lot of wonderful door prizes that people can win, and we also have a hot dog lunch. Hot dogs and watermelons.
Right.
So it's perfect for a Saturday morning. It's a great family event. We raise money for the White Mountain Nature Center and for Save Our Park. Save Our Park exists to help the town purchase Woodland Lake Park. Right now, we're working on the 107 acres that we have the Certified Forest Service appraisal of $1.635 million that we need to raise by next February. So the money that Save Our Parks half of the $25 that people have paid to pre-register, or the $30 that they'll pay on the day of, half of that goes to hopefully buy the park.
There you go.
That's our job. That's
Very
what
good.
we're going to do.
Okay,
And while I'm talking about
There you
Woodland
go.
Lake Park, that's such a huge figure. $1.635 million just blew my mind. And so, being a little bit good at math, I broke it down to square feet. 35 cents per square foot
That's
is
pretty
what
dirt cheap,
will
isn't it?
purchase
Wow.
the park. So a lot of 35 cents are needed, or dollars. You know, $1 buys 3 square feet. $100 buys 290 square feet. So that's a pretty good sized chunk of the park. So if everybody pitches in various amounts, we will get there, and we're planning to do that. We've also hired a professional fundraising group out of Phoenix, and we're hoping that they will help us approach foundations, because there's big money there, and interview people who may help us who don't necessarily live here. So we're really looking for money. Now, the town has also helped with the Balloon Festival, which
Right.
will be the end of June, the last weekend in June. The 23rd will be when we do the drawing for this, but we have raffle tickets now.
Very cool.
$20 for one raffle ticket, or $6 for $100 will get you a chance to go on a real balloon ride, either Friday morning, Saturday morning, or Sunday morning of the Balloon Festival.
Very cool.
And so that will be from Mountain Meadow, and if the wind is out of the southwest like it usually is,
Right.
you'll end up at Show Low Airport.
Yeah.
And so that'd be
Possibly.
the perfect place to sit down, or wherever it is.
Yep.
But it'll be a really great experience. So we have raffle tickets for people to win that ride for 2, which is worth $500. And
Very
so
good.
we really appreciate that the town stepped up to give us that.
That's awesome.
And so I think that's pretty much
Awesome.
what I have to say today.
Well, hey, thank you very much for stopping by. We appreciate
Okay.
that,
I
and
appreciate
look for those sponsors. We'll do an update for that and let
Okay.
people know who they are. Once again, Lynn Krigbaum. Basically, she's the town. You know,
No, I like
she
to
makes
help
things
as much
happen
as I
in the
can.
town of Pinetop-Lakeside.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thanks, Rob.
Still hanging out here in the studio, and now I've got with me a gentleman, Mr. Eric Kramer. How are you, sir?
Very good. How are you?
Good. Nice to meet you. So we were just chatting out there, and you're here to talk about the. Go ahead and give us the Apache culture.
Yeah, we have the town is generous enough to every year declare the first week in June is Apache Culture Appreciation Week, and so we try to make sure that there are quite a few interesting Apache-related things going on that week. One of the huge parts of Apache culture these days is basketball,
Oh wow!
and they play basketball very well. Quite a few of the people on the Blue Ridge team this last year were Apaches, and so we're going to have this wonderful game from kids from the reservation, kids from Pinetop-Lakeside, playing an all-star game on Tuesday the 4th at Blue Ridge Gym. Admission is only $5. Be a wonderful event. And girls will start out at 6 o'clock, then the boys will play at 7:30. So the Blue Ridge kids have been in the hunt for the state championship, and
Nice.
Alchese as well. Alchese's girls actually did win, so it'll be about the best high school basketball you ever get to see. So.
You know, and there's something about high school basketball that's even more exciting than the pros or the college. I don't know what it is, but maybe it's just because they have more energy. I don't know what it is, but high school football, and especially I think the crowd might be part of it. The crowd really gets into it and supporting the kids on either side, and it's from a positive aspect. It's not like booing anybody. It's really cool. So
very much so.
I've all the most exciting games I've ever been to have always been high school ones, and even if it wasn't my high school. So, yeah, go check that out. Good stuff. Anything else going on?
Well, then on Thursday, we have a very interesting thing. It's the first time we ever did it, but we have a joint meeting of the White Mountain Apache Tribal Council and the Pinetop-Lakeside Town Council. In all the years they've been neighbors, they have never actually gotten together and done this before. So, and we have a kind of a nice program for them. Tom O'Halloran, the congressman, is going to come talk to them. We have Jesse Thompson, our state highway commissioner, is going to come and tell what highway projects are in the works.
Very good.
We'll have a presentation on the county's fiscal crisis, which is pretty dire, and what we're going to do about that. Another little panel will talk about what can be done to cooperate in tourism promotion between the town of Pinetop-Lakeside and the casino and their ski resort. Be a very good thing. And then another interesting thing is we're going to have forest fire experts from both Apache Sitgreaves and BIA Fire to talk about the upcoming fire season and the danger. It's really good to hear from the BIA because Pinetop-Lakeside, if it's going to be burned in a forest fire, it's going to come from the reservation.
Right.
We really depend on the BIA to do a great job. This meeting is going to be at 10 o'clock on Thursday next week.
Cool.
Later Thursday night, this will be really cool, but we're having a rock concert at Mountain Meadows Recreation Center. It starts at 4 o'clock. We're going to have Apache Spirit, the best-known reservation band, I think, ever.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And then we have another band who's going to play. Acorn Stew Band will be kind of fun. And then finally, a band called Aravipa, which is the top band from the San Carlos Reservation, will be there. And again, all of this only for $5. So,
$5. I mean, you can't beat that at all.
4 o'clock at the reservation. Then on Friday, we have a wonderful program. This is going to be at the Nature Center. And many people, I think, in the area have heard that the White Mountain Apaches were Apache Scouts and that sort of thing. And we have a video from the last living child whose parent was an Apache Scout.
Oh, wow.
This guy, Jimmy Riley, his great-grandfather was an Apache Scout and kind of defected during the Battle of Sibique and was hanged. And then even after his great-grandfather was hanged, his family stayed in the Scouts for 2 more generations. And
crazy.
His dad was the last Apache Scout to retire when they finally disbanded the organization. So that'll be a wonderful thing. And then, of course, on Saturday, also at Mountain Meadows, we have the Evening of Apache Culture. We're going to have 10 different people exhibiting different Apache crafts. The event comes with free food. Can't beat free food. And
no, you can't.
For the first time ever, we're going to have the mounted Apache warriors on their paint ponies. So it'll be really something to see.
Very nice.
So I hope some folks will come and see us.
So make sure you're checking out. We'll put the links down in below, of course, of all this. And we've been talking about this, especially the night of Apache culture. And, of course, we had to go from Arrowhead Cafe. So can't wait for it. Sounds like phenomenal food. Awesome. Once again, Eric Kramer, thank you for your time today. I really appreciate you coming in.
Thank you so much.
Still hanging out here in the studio, and now with me, I've got Sandra, Angelo. How are you?
Just fine.
From the Family Advocacy Center.
Yes.
Of course. Doing the good work there, and, I want to remind people that, without that center, kids would be, being put through more trauma.
Absolutely.
Then they're already put through too much trauma. But
Right.
that would be a trauma on top of trauma where they have to be in the back of a car, go for 2 or 3 hours, and then have to repeat themselves again and again. This is where we take care of it all here.
Absolutely.
It's documented forensically and otherwise, and then you're able to go on. But to do that, you've got to be able to raise some funds. Almost more than half of it comes from fundraising, correct?
Absolutely. Our fundraising and the money that we raise either through grants, donations, Navajo County Family Advocacy Center.com. Actually, it's ncfac.org is our website. Check us out. We also have a presence on Facebook. But we do fundraisers. We have one that is new to us this year. Actually, it is a tournament up at PT's in Winslow. So it's a little trip from here, but it should still be a fun time. We have 4 tournaments going on. We have a pool tournament, a cornhole tournament, a poker tournament, and a horseshoe tournament.
Cool.
And it's $10 per event to enter. There are prizes. There will be food.
Could you imagine somebody getting in all of them and ending up in the top tiers of all of them? That'd be kind of crazy, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would. Well, yeah, and PT's in Winslow is a family-friendly bar.
Right.
And they do events like this for the community regularly, and so we feel privileged to be able to be there, and
Right.
it should be a good time. It is June 15th, starting at 3 p.m., and again, it's $10 per person per event, or you can just come and enjoy the fun. We'll have a 50-50 raffle, and there'll be other fun and games going on. There'll be hors d'oeuvre type food and, drinks available.
Cool.
And PT's Bar is located at 1500 East 3rd Street in Winslow,
Very
Arizona.
cool. And so bring the whole family. Have fun.
Bring the whole family,
Awesome.
have a good time. It's going to be June 15th at 3 p.m.
Cool. Okay, and then you've got she's always got the flyers, lots and lots of flyers.
Yeah, I wait until I have a bunch of things and then I come up.
This is my favorite one. The what is it? It's a good say it.
Put it on the T for the FAC. It is
love that.
It is our 7th annual charity golf tournament. It happens at Torion. It's a Saturday. They've selected us kind of as their favorite fundraising group, for which we are very thankful, because it's very hard to get a golf outing on a Saturday, particularly in Torion
Right.
in the summertime.
It is.
So we feel really privileged to be there, and this will be the 7th one. We have a noon shotgun start, a step-aside scramble, terrific raffle items, a live auction. To enter is $125 per person. If you just want to come for dinner, it's going to be $25. So it's really pretty affordable as far as golf events go. Again, you can register at ncfac.org, or you can contact either me or the event chair, who is Cindy Reinholtz. She is a member of Torion, and that woman is a wizard. She
Awesome.
and her team just pull rabbits out of hats. We are so thrilled that she is, well, on our board for one, but has made this her passion.
Very cool.
We do need sponsors,
Yep.
and sponsors start at $250 on up, so it's kind of affordable. Contact me at the FAC or Cindy, or again, go on our website and you can sign up for a sponsorship.
Very good. Okay. And then
Okay. Now, my other hat,
Oh, your other hat. Okay.
I play in the White Mountain Symphony Orchestra.
Awesome.
And we have our 15th annual Pops concert. Hard to believe we've been doing that many of them.
Nice.
And it is Saturday, June 8th. It's going to be at the Show Low High School Auditorium at 3 o'clock. And it's kind of fun, listenable music. And we have a wonderful pianist. He is local. He's from Blue Ridge High School. He played with us. He was a concerto competition winner a couple of years ago. His name is Nate Campbell. And he will be playing the piano concerto in A minor, and it's something that you will recognize.
Yes.
Everything we play, it might be classical, but it's music you recognize.
Right.
And there's more contemporary things too. We have My Fair Lady, Minnie the Moocher, theme from a summer place. Just fun, listenable, tap your foot music.
Good stuff. Awesome.
And Nate is
And the
terrific.
cost to do that is
$10.
okay.
And it's, as I said, 3 p.m. Sholo Auditorium, June 8th.
Okay. And then you said the youth. I know there's a youth price. 'cause
Youth
I'm looking at it,
prices
yes.
are $5.
Yeah, and that's from 5. So if it's under 5, they're actually in for free.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So know that, those of you with kids, and it's a good if you're going to Sholo days, it's a good escape. Get out of the heat for a little while, and then go back out.
That's right.
Awesome. Cool.
That's right.
Oh, one more.
And one
Here
more,
we go.
change the other hat. Okay, White Mountain Gem and Mineral Club. I am the vice president, and we have our 22nd annual Gem, Mineral, and Fossil Show. It is July 6th and 7th. That's the weekend after the 4th of July, so there'll be a lot of people here. It'll be at Honda Resort and Conference Center. And we just invite you to come. There's a terrific kids program there.
Oh, cool.
Yes. Kids can come in, grab an egg carton, walk through the exhibit where they pick up a sample of different mineral specimens, complete with labeling, and they put their name on their carton. So it's their first rock collection.
Very cool. Yes.
It is way cool. So we have lots of kids' activities and things for the adults to do as well.
Awesome. So, Sandra, Angelo, thank you very much. Appreciate your time today.
Thank you. It's
And,
always good to visit with you.
We'll see you again soon.
Yes, you will.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Still hanging out here in the studio. Of course, it's summer, so we pack them in during that time. I've got with me now, it's BACA, which is Bikers Against Child Abuse. Makes it very simple to understand. And anybody out there doesn't understand that message, just go back over the words again. I've got Spike and Ma Cat, right?
Yes.
Yep, and she's shy on camera, so we're going to be nice to her. But Spike, I'm going to take you, the head of the organization up here.
I am. I'm the president of the White Mountains Temp Charter, and I do chapter development in some of the states in the West. So thank you for having us on today.
No problem.
We're really trying to get the word out that we're open for business here in the White Mountains area. We're a temp charter now, and that means we're most of the way through our training, but now we're taking in kids.
Right.
And that training will be complete within the next 4 or 5 months.
Very good. So there's people out there who know me for motorcycling and know motorcycling and everything. What I want to cover the basis of this is you guys are a 501c3 organization.
That's right.
You're not a motorcycle club or rider club. You happen to be on motorcycles. All the women are the same as the guys in the club. And
That's right.
You're about helping children.
Yeah, our organization is 100% committed to helping abused kids.
Right.
And we've been doing it for 24 years. We were founded in Utah in 94, 95 time frame. And now we're in 22 countries. And we have 340 chapters. And every one of those chapters is 100% committed to helping abused kids.
Right. Now, what you just saw was, of course, Sandra with the Family Advocacy Center. It'd be great if you guys got involved with kids before they end up at FAC.
Yeah, and as part of our mission, our mission does include trying to prevent child abuse. The primary part of our mission, though, is to make sure that kids that have been abused are strong again. And so we go through an empowerment process with them, and then we'll pay for their counseling if they can't afford it. The research shows that when a child's still living in fear, the best counseling in the world will not help them.
Right.
It's the Maslow's triangle idea, and the counseling's more rational thought, and if they're still worried about their own safety, it doesn't work well.
So you're basically giving them that crutch or that ability to step forward on their own feet.
That's right.
And move forward in life.
That's right. In fact, we specifically say we don't want to be their crutch. We want to make them strong. We want to
My
be
word.
a kid again. Yeah. and then we kind of exit stage left when they don't need us anymore.
Yeah.
Although they're Baca kids until they're 18. Anytime they need us, we're available 24/7.
That's awesome. Have you had anybody that's ever been, one of the kids that have come and joined the group and gone
We
forward?
have. We have.
See, that's to me the ultimate circle story there.
I was just out in one of our chapters in the LA area, and they have 2 now that are
awesome
that are doing that, and we've had some here in Arizona. We have five chapters here in Arizona now, and this is a very high commitment organization. So sometimes for young kids, they've got a life to live, and it's tough to make the time commitment and maybe the financial commitment. No one's paid a penny in this organization,
right?
From our international group to the newest supporter, no salaries.
Okay. So basically what we wanted to do is have you come in, sort of have people understand what it is, what you do, because, you see people with vests and bikes and you have one connotation, but this one is really, you're there as a unifying group. You're taking the best part of that unifying part of motorcycling and taking it to...
Yes, and we fill a very narrow but very important niche in this child's life. When you think about a child that's been abused, you have all these different agencies and interactions with, in their minds, official people. You have a police report, and that's a 15 or half-hour process. You have a forensic interview like Sandra and the Family Advocacy Center perform. The DA's office oftentimes gets involved, and their primary interest is to adjudicate the case, and they've got great victims advocates. Counselors are great. They're there every 2 weeks for that child. There's no one that really puts an umbrella over their whole existence.
Right.
And that's our role, to make them feel safe. And when they're having their nightmares or their night sweats or they have to go testify in court, we want to make sure that they know that we're going to be with them.
Very good. Awesome. Hey, well, thank you for your time. Thank you for what you're doing, first of all.
Thank you.
Both of you. We didn't talk much, huh? She's like, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
But thank you very much for
thank
what
you.
you do. Appreciate that a lot. And know that these guys are out here and gals, and they're here to support the kids. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Birdman.
Like I said, it's summer, still hanging out. Lots of people I've got with me now. RJ Owens with
Hi.
Pet Allies. How are you?
Good. We're excited.
Yeah, I know you're excited. And on this weekend, Saturday, I posted up a great, big, huge duck.
Yes, I'm calling him Moby Duck.
Moby Duck?
Moby
You
Duck,
just named
yes.
it.
Yes.
I said, let's do a contest. You said, nope, Moby Duck.
Well, that's my vote.
Oh, that's your vote. Okay, well, you never know. But that is to represent your duck pluck. Is that
Correct.
what it is? Okay,
Rubber
I
duck
got it.
pluck.
Rubber duck pluck. Dang
Yes.
it. You can't just pull ducks out of a lake. People get upset.
Yes, they would. we definitely would not want to mistreat any real ducks.
Oh, I don't know. Some geese, maybe. They're mean. But anyways.
They can be mean, yes.
Okay. RJ, tell us what's going on.
Well, everybody's probably been reading about the fact that we're opening a new shelter. And so we've been going through the process of getting bids from contractors, which were a little higher than we were anticipating.
So you thought the building was about like $250, $300, right? Yeah, no. Yeah.
Not so much. But we do have a great contractor now. We have Sutherland Construction, and he has started the process. So I'm hoping that by Valentine's Day next year, we'll have a shelter built there. And we're working on filing, getting some more money to finish all the things that we want to do in that shelter.
Very good.
And so we're doing that with our first ever annual fundraiser. We're the last people to the party up here of the nonprofits. We didn't want to do another gala because everybody does those. And
no, not with dessert auctions and
no,
everything. Come on.
We wanted to try something new.
Yeah.
we're kind of the rebels anyway.
Right, there you go.
And so we just decided we'd do a duck race.
Okay.
But we don't really, the city isn't anxious for us to put 5,000 rubber ducks in the lake.
Why not?
You can ask them. You
Okay.
probably know them better than I do.
And so
What could go wrong?
we're instead the first year, maybe the year 2 or 3, they'll let us actually use a lake. But right now, what we're going to do is make an artificial lake, and we're going to put 5,000 rubber ducks in there. And you can adopt a duck for $5, and then we're going to take a shelter dog out on a leash, and he's going to pull 3 ducks out. And first place duck is $2,500, second is $1,000, and third is $500.
Nice.
So $5 entry, and there's only going to be 5,000 people that enter. So really good odds. 3 out of 5,000. That's much better odds than the lottery. We don't have 5 million or 50 million.
Yeah, all the people that don't win will say it sucked for the odds. But,
but the odds
the
are
winners
pretty
will be
good.
like, yay!
Yeah. So that's going on until about the 2nd of July. And the event is on the 4th of July at the new location, which is 1321 North 16th Street. We're going to have free food, lots of activities, all kinds of stuff, so they can go to the parade.
Yes.
And then afterwards come back. We're about 2 blocks back from the Deuce. So they can come back and play at our place.
And the winner does not need to be present.
No.
Okay, so
No.
we're actually going to stream it live. So
yeah,
you'll be
we're
able
going
to
to
see
live
what's
stream on
going
Facebook. Yeah,
Yep.
I can't wait to see that.
Well, it'll be on Facebook, YouTube, and on Twitter.
Cool.
So
That's because
all
we
at the same
hired
time.
Birdman Media to help us with our media.
Yeah, so we'll be out there having some fun with the ducks. I'm sure I can just imagine all that. But
Oh yeah, we're gonna have all different sized ducks too, because we have the big Moby duck, and then we have a 5-foot duck, who we call quackers.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that we'll have many other sized ducks.
Did you ever see the British comedian that did the thing with his flatmates, and he had an issue with his flatmates and ducks, and he started collecting ducks?
No.
Oh yeah, you gotta watch that video.
I gotta look for that.
It's a pretty funny video.
Yeah, I
Go
will.
check that out. But cool. So basically started already. You can buy your ducks.
Yeah, you can adopt your duck online. It's White Mountain Rubber Duck Pluck.org.
Okay.
And or you can just go to our website, Pet Allies, and you'll find the links there.
Yeah, and you can find the link, of course, right here as well. Just to go down below and click on it.
Yeah. Or you can come to any of our locations. You can go to Jill Tinkle's office in the Deuce, and any of those places, and they'll have the application.
So go buy a duck.
Yeah.
Do it today.
Yeah.
Don't wait.
Yeah.
RJ Owens with Pet Allies. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, definitely last but not least, I've got with me Kirk Webb from Timber Mesa Fire and Medical District. How are you?
You know, I am doing great.
That's awesome to hear.
It's been busy.
Yes?
Doesn't slow down any at all. It's crazy.
Cool.
But it's good.
So we made it through Memorial Day weekend,
Yeah.
and I wanted to actually get some people in before I didn't do it because of just timing of it all.
Right.
We didn't have any major instances, but we did have some instances of not
Yeah.
people thinking, right?
Yeah, there's still some people out there that I think we're getting a little bit better education on how to extinguish a campfire, but there's still some people out there that just don't get it. I didn't see the official report or anything, but I saw a Facebook post where, and with the picture and the wind-blown embers,
Yep.
and a campfire that got left at one of the campsites, and it kind of looked to me like they tried to put it out,
Right.
but didn't. Wind picking up, and so yeah, that's.
So we said it about a bazillion times, and it's like every other week somebody comes up with a different phrase. That it's like each year they're like, well, we should try it. Forget this. If you're not comfortable putting your hands in it, it ain't out.
Right.
Period. Okay.
And the little thing that they're telling people now: drown, stir, feel.
Oh, feel good. They are. Yeah.
So
stick your hands in it.
Yeah, exactly. So now, granted, use the back of your hand first. Get down close, and if it's still hot for that, then you need to stir and brown some more, and throw some dirt in there and mix it up, and like you say, when you're done, and those bigger chunks, they can hold embers way up inside. You got to break them up.
Yeah.
Okay. So
we've had a lot of moisture, we've had a lot of rain, but we're also having a lot of wind. Just it's still wood. It can burn, and even green stuff can burn if it gets enough fire on it. So.
Yeah.
Let's keep the forest.
Yeah, and a lot of thing that some people don't think about is, we've had good moisture over the winter, but we also it grows the grasses.
Yes, it does. Yeah,
and so we look at that as now that becomes fuel for later on. So as long as weather looks like it's going to hold out through the summer, possibly that we may have these storms coming in and out, and which is always a good thing. Keep praying for the rain.
Yep.
But on the other hand, we could have a late season come in towards the end of August, September, when it stops raining, the moisture, and we're still in those warm temperatures. we could still have a late fire season. So it doesn't matter. And, and I've even seen some of these fires where the green grass, it's got the dead still mixed in there because, in fact, it's interesting as I drive along and you see the areas where the cattle are grazing inside the, fenced off areas. The grasses are real short and nice. And so the cows are actually doing us a great job keeping those fuels down, but between the roadway and the fence line along the roadways, I thought maybe it'd be cool to get a job, be a goat herder, have these trained goats
all eat them. Yeah,
that just graze along the side of the highway, but that'd be a little bit dangerous, But
and people be running into goats. So awesome.
All right, so that's probably not going to work. But
hey, thanks again. So Kirk Webb, like I said, from the Timber Mesa Fire and Medical District. Yeah. Thank you for your time today. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Be aware of what's going on in our forests.
Yeah, and just be safe out there.
Cool. Hey, that's going to be it for this week's Community Shout here on Birdman on the Mountain. I'm Birdman, and thanks to everybody to watching out there, viewing out there. Make sure you're sharing so everybody that's coming up knows. And if you've got an event or something you want to come and shout about, you can come here on Tuesdays at 10 a.m., sit in a chair over there and shout it out. And once again, I'll remind you, if I don't see you around town, I'll catch you right here on the web.